Hello and welcome back to another video on Behind the Curve Gaming. Today we're just going to go shooting through a quick pickups video. I picked up a small bundle on Vinted and I've just been into town just now and picked up a few things by chance. I wanted to go into town this morning just to drop off an old PC monitor, a really old monitor, just to get a very small amount of voucher. So let's get into the things that I've just picked up in town just now. So 20p, the Marvel Phase 1 Cinematic Universe box set. 20p for Game of Thrones, the complete 5th season. 20p each, that's a bloody bargain, right? Well, yeah, they're both missing the first disc, so they're not complete, but for 40p for the pair, I just thought, you know what? I'll do it, fine, whatever. I'm gonna be, hopefully, fingers crossed, depending on the weather and depending on how busy I am over the weekends and when people are working and stuff. When the boot sale starts up, I've got a choice of two, I think, now to go to. At the weekend, I'd have to lug the kids to, both the kids, on a Sunday morning, so my wife would usually be working, so that might be a bit too difficult. So it might just end up being the one on Saturday. But I'm hoping to get to boot sales, and typically you can pick up, DVDs and Blu-rays, usually for very cheap. So maybe I'll be able to fill these out. Maybe it's not worth it, but it's 40p. So, nah, okay, it's fine. On to a small stack of games. Now, this was from Cash Converters. I hung around for 5 minutes for it to open because unfortunately it opens at 10. It's a very tight time scale and I'm trying to rush through this video if you haven't noticed. Now they have a small little kind of a little place. They have a load of cheap games and they have a load in the locked shelf. Now I asked to get a couple out of the cabinet. The guy literally just said, okay, cool, and took them to the till, so I've not even seen these yet. So these could be quite rough. There was a few games there that I was tempted by. They did have PS4 game, I think it's Civilization 6 on PS4, which was for £6. I think that's maybe a £12 game at CX, something like that. I was maybe interested in trying it. They had it for Xbox One as well. Again, a couple pounds cheaper than CX. Now the PS4 one, disc was missing. So someone's been in there pinching disc, which is a shame. Tomb Raider, 50p for Tomb Raider. It has got the manual and I'm pretty sure the disc is in good condition. Now, do I have this? I do not. I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, so this is the first one. This is the first of the new lot that came out on 360, and I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I think is it afterwards? And isn't there Shadow? Is there 3 of them? Anyway, 50p. Cool. Game of the Year edition, Batman Arkham Asylum. I think that's the first lot of the Batman ones, is it? Now, I think I might have this. I do have it, but I don't know if I've got the right disc or something. I'm not sure. Not quite sure on that one. So again, if they're in decent condition, I might either trade them or sell them on if I have got them already. Now, I picked these up purely because there was a whole trilogy there on PS3, Dead Space 1, 2, but limited edition. So that comes with the, is it Extraction, which was it was only on the Wii. That comes with this one as well.
The story will put you in the shoes of several protagonists, and you'll bounce between them throughout the campaign. The story opens with a small crew of miners helping to extract the red marker from Aegis 7. Among the miners is Sam Caldwell, who along with the rest of the crew suffers hallucinations, and he ends up killing his crewmates before being killed by Detective Nathan McNeil from a PSEC squad.
I think. And then Dead Space 3 Limited Edition. I know that's the one which kind of falls off a cliff, but apparently it's still quite a good playthrough. So one day I'll play through those. Alright, the discs on all of these are absolutely fine. I think I've already got limited edition. I might even have one on PS3. Dead Space. I've only got Dead Space 2 limited edition. So, and these were £1 for the first one, and then £1.99 each for 2 and 3, both are limited edition versions. So that's nice to have. So I will just swap out whatever version I have of the limited edition, and then just get rid of it, sell it on whatever for a few quid. Now the two that I got out the cabinet. Remember Me. I think this is like a £6 game. It was more expensive, I think. I'm not sure if I'm getting it mixed up with Wet. And I'm now looking at it, and the art is absolutely ruined on the outside. It's in terrible condition. This is £2.99. It has got the manual, such as it is. It's very thin. And the disc looks okay, so I probably might just trade this in because it is ruined on the outside. Gran Turismo Sport Day 1 Edition. This has gone up. I think this is back to a £10 or £12 game, which is why I picked it up, and it's £3.99. So I think that's £6 trade. And again, it's ruined. Now I'm pretty sure I was wanting to try this. Probably can't see me, apologies. I was wanting to try this game. and I picked it up late last year, but I'm pretty sure the servers at the beginning of last year got shut down, so there's no like online element. And because it was basically an online game, I think there's very minimal single player offline play. So I'll trade this bad boy in, I suppose, because the disc is absolutely fine. PS4 games, I find the discs are usually always fine. So that'll just be a straight £6 trade, unless people are paying £8 or £10 for that. I doubt it. So those are my pickups this morning. So, okay, yeah, not too bad. I spent all of about £15 on those. There's a few that are duplicates. I'll clean them up as best I can, and I'll assess whether they're going to be worth trade, and I'll put what they're worth all trade here, whether it's going to be worth selling a few here. Cool. Now, I've got a small little Star Trek bundle over this week. Now, I've not picked up a lot of Star Trek stuff on this channel or during this channel. I've picked up a lot of like Doctor Who things. And I came across a Vinted seller who was selling a lot of old, like just DVDs and bits and pieces, all for like £1 or £2. No, I didn't grab it all, but I grabbed a few things. So this was, again, I'll put up the price for the total bundle here, but I'm pretty sure it was below £10-ish. So the first lot, a selection of films. They're special editions. So we've got First Contact, I have got that, Generations, Insurrection. Now the only reason I would collect these, I'm not that bothered by them, is the special edition slipcovers. They got quite nice slipcovers, and I believe I do already have one in a slipcover. These unfortunately didn't come with it, so it's okay. They're not going to sell for anything or trade or anything, but it's okay. And then these. Now I've got one of these. I had one of these growing up, my dad did at least. Star Trek Voyager 7 of 9 box sets. I didn't realise a second box set existed. So my dad had this one when I was growing up, and Voyager was airing between, I think, the mid to late 90s or so. And yeah, well, you can see why someone might have that or something like that. She was a lot of added sex appeal to the show. And I didn't realise there was actually a second box set. 7 of 9 collection. Doesn't say part 1 or part 2, does it? Volume 1, volume 2. So I assume that's it. VHS. So I do have this on DVD, and I believe they are available on Netflix. But they're going to be nice props. So for the sum total of probably less than £2. And this one has a sticker on it. It's saying includes exclusive postcards, and here they are. Now I didn't realise they came with this, but that's awesome. So I've got the stills, I've got the postcards. Now, while this might not be any sort of rare, expensive collectible, it's an old VHS box set. This is the packaging it came in. It's still got these slipped in between the VHSs. That's getting to the point where people are just throwing this kind of stuff out. It's not got any real value to it. So that's just really nice to have. To me, that's a collectible, that's going to be a prop. I've got those postcards, that's amazing, that's awesome. That is my first Star Trek show that I got really involved with, and I've seen all of it. That is my Star Trek. Now the last thing, not Voyager, but this is what caught my eye, and it's really cool, to me at least. Again, it's going to be a prop. VHS Star Trek Next Generation Borg box set. Now I'm sure growing up, I had a friend who was into Star Trek. I'd go over his house a few times and I saw this. And I was kept thinking, you know, I want to get a few little like props, little figures this year, something to pad out around here so I can just look at it and just have like nostalgia. And I'm sure he had this. I kept thinking to myself, I hadn't bothered looking it up. What is that? Can I look into it? Is it expensive now? What was it? I thought it was bigger than this, but then again, I would have been about 7 or 8 years old. I think it must have been this. What it does, again, VHS, so it's kind of redundant. What it does is it just folds out. There's 3 VHS tapes, and one of them is just a filler, so it goes together nicely. They're all there. And those are the Star Trek Next Generation Borg stories. There's only a few of them. Obviously in Voyager, they overdone the Borg. But then again, they were in the Delta Quadrant, so that's where they came from. Yeah. So again, really nice to have for whatever figure that was that I got this bundle for. I'm really happy in just having these few little cool things. Very nice to pick up something like that, which isn't incredibly expensive now. Like the action figures and things like that, especially if they're still in the box, they get really expensive. Like the Doctor Who B&M collections, if they're retired old sets, some of those are huge money, and it's getting a bit silly now to get hold of that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are the pickups for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your opinions and thoughts down below. Did you grow up with a Star Trek or a Doctor Who or anything sci-fi like that a lot of people maybe didn't like or didn't watch? There's maybe a stigma attached to it. Let me know in the comments below, because this channel's for everyone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Cheers.